Lexus is giving us a first look at their best-selling and also going to be a refresh for 2022, the new ES. And this was just debuted at the Shanghai International Motor Show. Let's get into it. 2022 Lexus ES, the quintessential luxury sedan, is refreshed inside and out. And if you're excited about anything Lexus, all things Lexus, make sure you're subscribed because I do talk about them a ton on the channel, as well as other Japanese and Korean brands. And let's get into the new ES. New touchscreen functionality and positioning of the Lexus multimedia display. You still have the the remote touch interface. True touch interface is Acura. Lexus remote touch, RTI, remote touch interface. You still have that. So you still have the touchpad, but Lexus is giving you the option of whether you want to use the touchpad or the touch screen. I don't know why more manufacturers aren't doing this. Acura, I'm looking at you. Mazda, I'm also looking at you. And I could just keep going. Give us the option. It's not that expensive to put a touchscreen. Anyway, they bring the screen about 4 inches closer to the driver and the passenger. It's very similar to how the 2020 RX got a refresh. They just brought the screen closer and made it a touchscreen. Simple as that. I'm glad they did it. And it also brings it up to par with the new IS and the new LS. Those are the other Lexus sedans in the lineup. Now, I did expect this as well. Standard Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5 and blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert. So finally, blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic alert. We're starting to see that standard more and more in the Toyota and Lexus lineups. That's really good to see. And then Safety System Plus 2.5. Well, what is that? The most up-to-date iteration. It had 2.0 already. So 2.5 adds some additional safety features, such as when you're making a turn, the vehicle's better at detecting oncoming traffic and stopping. So the pre-collision system is better on 2.5. It's also better detecting pedestrians, oncoming pedestrians, and for the vehicle to stop itself. It's also better at highway livability. So if you have dynamic radar cruise control set to on, let's say you're at 70 miles an hour, the car in front of you is only going 65 miles an hour. So your car is going to slow down to 65. But what 2.5 does is that once you turn on the blinker to pass, the vehicle starts accelerating before you even leave the lane. So it acts more as like a normal human driver would when they're about ready to pass. So that's really cool, and it's definitely welcome. All right, what about the design changes? Newly designed bi-LED headlights with standard dynamic headlight auto leveling. Now the design, it says newly designed bi-LED headlights, and that's definitely true for the triple beam LED headlight. I might as well get into this. I'm going to talk about this at length. So the triple beam LED headlights have been revised. They look a lot different than the outgoing ones, and I don't think they look better. I think they look either just different or not quite as classy. They are a little bit more blocky. They've shortened the daytime running light, which on the non-triple beams, it's still the full length of the headlight unit, but on the triple beams, they've shortened it. And then also you have an additional, I don't know what it is quite yet, because on the very inside of the triple beams, there's an additional either light. It could be the blinker light. I haven't seen this vehicle in action yet, other than with the headlights just on. So I don't know if it's the blinker light or what that center circular new lens is. It could be for high beams. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. So it could be blinker, it could be high beams. We also have a new dynamic handling package on F Sport models. Now it says F Sport gas models. The next bullet point says first ever 300h F Sport available in select regions. I don't know if that means America or not. The ES 300h F Sport, I think, has already been available in select regions across the world. So the way that this is sounding is that it's going to be coming to America for select regions. It's unfortunate. I don't know those regions. Lexus has multiple regions, obviously, throughout the United States and Canada. And I would assume that the F Sport hybrids would be coming for the more warm climates. That's just my assumption. Now, with any Lexus refresh, there is a new grille pattern on the standard model. On the F Sport, the grille pattern doesn't change. Don't know why they didn't do that, but the standard grille has been changed to incorporate L motif or the L shapes inside the grille. I think it definitely makes it more detailed. You guys have to decide whether you like the more straight vertical bars that are parallel to each other compared to this new busier design. And the Grille also has a new paint color. It's called graphite paint. So that's going to turn it maybe a little bit darker gray from the sound of it. Now, anytime there's a refresh, usually they do different things with the wheels as well. So for 2022, there's an all new standard 17-inch wheel featuring thicker spoke ends that are layered in V formations that produce a sporty impression. You really hardly ever see base wheels on an ES, at least in my experience. You typically always see the premium wheels, the luxury wheels, or the F-Sport wheels. So you're not going to see these wheels that often. They're saying a different 18-inch wheel is now available on base and luxury trims. It's also received an update featuring a split 10-spoke design and two-tone black paint and machine finish for a clean, sophisticated look. An additional 18-inch 5-spoke alloy noise reduction wheel is available with the luxury and ultra luxury trims. Since the introduction of the TNGA ES, we've already had a noise reduction wheels. Now you get to pick between a 5-spoke or the mini spoke noise reduction wheel. So it's good to have an option there. And the ES F Sport models, of course, they keep the 19-inch wheels. They're actually the exact same wheels, but they have a new black finish for more sportiness, and I think that's fine. I like the dark gray ones already, but the black ones are going to look really cool as well. Now, Lexus driving signature. They're giving every new Lexus the Lexus driving signature. That is at the new Shimoyama track and development center inside Japan, where the new IS was designed at and was tested extensively at. So the new ES improves upon the ride and the handling of the last one, including a new rear suspension member brace to further enhance torsional rigidity, handling stability, and ride comfort. They say the ES brake system has also been updated on both gas and hybrid models. The brake pedal has been enlarged on all ES models to improve foot stability and confidence when the pedal is depressed. I never knew that the ES brake pedal was too small, but I never had an issue finding the brake pedal in the ES. So don't know what that's all about. Just kind of find that really funny. But in addition to the larger brake pedal, the vacuum brake system master cylinder and booster have been optimized to provide a more linear brake pedal feeling and response. So I'm excited to see how the brakes feel. I don't really expect them to feel a whole lot different because it's still an ES, but if they can make it a little bit more responsive, I thought they're always very linear feeling, and I love that about Lexus cars and the ES especially. So I'm excited to see what that response part is all about. The regenerative and hydraulic brake control characteristics of the electronically controlled brake system, the ECB, on the ES hybrid models have also been optimized to improve pedal feeling when the brake pedal is released. So in terms of the F Sport styling, it doesn't look like there's anything different other than the darker wheels. Everything about it seems to be about the same, which is good. I think it looks good, but I wish they would have darkened out the chrome around the windows. That was my issue when the F Sports came out in late 2019, is that they kept the normal chrome on the window surrounds. So a little disappointed there that they didn't black out the chrome around the windows. Now we have an all new dynamic handling package. We saw the dynamic handling DHP, I'll just say the DHP in the new IS, and now it's coming to the ES. So it's going to include a Sport Plus and custom drive modes, intuitive parking assist, adaptive variable suspension. Adaptive variable suspension was already available in the ultra luxury and as an option in the F Sport models. So it looks like they're just changing the naming of the packaging, it sounds like, and putting it all together and just calling it the DHP to have consistency across the Lexus lineup with the IS, etc. All right, one of the last things we're going to talk about with the new ES is colors. And I love the Lexus paint colors, so let's talk about them. So we have Eminent White Pearl. It's been around for a long time. It's just a pearly white. Obsidian, which is a glossy black. Caviar, which is the sparkly black. Matador Red Mica, which is kind of a darker sparkly red. Moonbeam Beige Metallic was introduced on the new ES in 2019. So that was and I don't know how many other Lexus vehicles even have Moonbeam Beige Metallic. Still might only be on the ES. Same thing with Sunlit Green. Sunlit Green being obviously a sparkly kind of a medium color green. It's not that dark. Neither of them are my favorite colors, but they're cool when you see them because they're newer Lexus paint colors and you don't see them that often. Nightfall Mica, which is a one of the most gorgeous colors on a Lexus. It's a dark blue with a shimmer to it, and sometimes it can look purple, sometimes it can look black. And then we have F Sport exclusives Ultra White, which is really bright. It doesn't have quite as much metallic in it as the White Pearl. Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2.0. We saw this debut on the F Sport model when the 2019 ES came out. And two new exterior colors. So they're replacing Silver Lining Metallic, Atomic Silver, which is the big surprise to me. Atomic Silver is just a stunning color. I'm surprised they're getting rid of it already. And Nebula Gray, which is a darker metallic gray with a little bit of a blue tinge to it. Well, it looks like Cloudburst Gray is kind of straight up replacing that color. I'd say almost one for one, with Cloudburst Gray even giving maybe more blue tones to it. And Iridium, to me, it looks like a complete mix between Silver Lining Metallic and Atomic Silver. And it looks, to me, a little bit more similar to Silver Lining than Atomic Silver. So kind of sad Atomic Silver is leaving us in the upcoming refresh ES, but having new colors is definitely cool as well. Now, in terms of interiors, we have some interior new colors, which I don't know exactly what they're going to look like. We have black, which I can guess there. Acorn, I don't really know for sure what Acorn is going to look like yet. Palomino is seen in the LS, and I haven't seen it in person, but in pictures it looks kind of peachy. It wouldn't be my color of choice. But when you step up in grade to the luxury and ultra luxury, of course you get semi-aniline leather when you go that route. Then you have the reprise of black and acorn, and then you have rich cream. And Rich Cream, I believe, is in the 2021 ES. I could be wrong on that. I haven't seen it in person, but Rich Cream is a very, very close to white. So if you guys like to have that white interior, Rich Cream is going to be your options. Doesn't look like Chateau is reprising its role, which is it was a very muted kind of tan color, and I really like Chateau. So your wood trims are going to be the black open pore. It looks like we're going to have matte walnut open pore that goes with the Palomino. F Sport trims are going to continue to have the Hidori aluminum trim accents. We've always had black and circuit red. I don't remember having white on the F Sport interior, so that's a nice option to have as well. And more information regarding MSRP options, exterior, interior color choices will be made available closer to launch, of course. 2022 ES is expected to arrive in dealerships later this fall. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I will get my hands on the new ES. I'm excited to see how the brakes differ. I'm excited to see maybe the new interior colors as well. And I want to see how different it rides. I want to see maybe the updated DHP to see how that differs on the dynamic handling package, to see if it feels any sportier. And that new suspension piece they put in the back to make the ride even better. I'm excited to see how that transforms the car. And really, it's the same winning formula. They didn't really need to change anything much on the ES. It still really is like the best selling vehicle in the luxury sedan segment. It's kind of in its own segment because it's front wheel drive and there's not that many direct competitors. But even its closest competitors don't sell nearly the amount of the cars to the ES because it's just not only been around for a long time, so it has its legacy and it has its pedigree behind it, but it's just like the most comfortable vehicle at that price point. It's so smooth, so brilliant. Just check out my reviews on the channel on the ES. It's just a complete peach, a complete gem. It's not the most sporty vehicle. It never was intended to be. Lexus is trying to give you guys some more sporty options with the inclusion of the F Sport on the ES Hybrid, as well as the F Sport DHP or the dynamic handling package. So guys, are you excited for the new ES? It looks roughly the same. It's going to drive roughly the same. They don't need to change the winning formula. And I know some of you guys were talking about hoping for a plug-in hybrid, hoping for Direct 4, which Lexus teased on an ES prototype. And it doesn't look like we'll be getting that until probably the redesigned ES, which would be coming out 3-4 years from now. So we're looking at 2025, 2026 for a plug-in hybrid ES with more power, more sporty, and your all-wheel drive option as well. So I've heard rumors. I know that's going on long, guys, but I'm just giving you everything I know. Rumors that ES Hybrid will be getting all-wheel drive for Europe. They're going to put electric motor in the rear wheels. Don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. Here in the United States, I don't expect to get that, unfortunately. They have the ES 250 all-wheel drive to kind of fill that all-wheel drive ES niche. And guys, really, if the ES has good power with all-wheel drive, which it doesn't right now, it's going to be like the perfect car. I hate to say it, but it's going to be the perfect luxury car for so many people with, let's say, 300 horsepower with a lot of torque to the rear wheels when you want it, and maybe 30-40 miles of plug-in range. That would be the perfect ES. But Lexus does things in small increments. Refinement, refinement, refinement. I don't think we're going to see that big jump in performance and that big jump in electrification until the redesign in 2024. But I'm happy ES is getting attention, getting refreshed in a shrinking sedan market, while the Lexus ES just continues to sell in buckets. It's so cool to see. But anyways, guys, I'll see you in the comments. A lot of stuff to talk about. Thank you so much for watching. Haven't smashed the like button? Go and do that. Subscribe if you're not. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.